Hello everyone, this is Vinay here from Learn Coding with Vinay, and this is video number 1 of our series where we are going over store procedures and join concepts in SQL. In this video, we are going to look into the tables, and as we discussed in our agenda video, that we will be going over e-commerce example. Right, so I have created those tables, and these tables are actually quite narrow or small table in the sense that number of column and number of rows as of now I have kept very few, because I don't want it to complicate it, complicate the scenarios, right? I want to make it so that for the learners, it is easy to understand the concept of store procedures and joins, right? So I have created tables in that manner only. So let's go over it quickly. The first one is the customer table, right? So here I have ID, which is identity, right? Basically, it is an auto-generated number, right? Name of the customer, email, obviously email of the customer, and this will be used as a, this can be considered as a username. So I have marked it as unique. Ideally, there should be password column also, but we are not going to log in, functionalities in this video. I have a dedicated video on the login functionality in SQL that I'll share, somewhere in the link or description, right? Then the address of a customer, because someone who orders, address would be required to deliver the order, and is active, whether customer is active or not as of now, right? So is active column is actually used to implement logical delete. So in many application, we generally don't delete master data, right? If we delete that, we'll have to delete the child data also. Basically, they are, because they are connected via primary key and foreign keys, right? So anything deleting physical will result in loss of information, right? That is something we don't want. So if you are working on any master data, make sure you always have this column, which is active, right? And if it is 1, then it says the record is active. If it is 0, then it says the record is inactive. And in the application queries, whenever we are working on queries, always include whether is active is equal to 1 or not, right? So only consider active records, right, to implement the logical delete, right? Next one is the product. Now we have the ID, product name, category, price, discount in percentage, and again is active or not. For example, let's say I am again a vendor on an e-commerce website, so I am selling 10 product on the portal, right? But for any reason, I want to pull out my 10th product, number 10th, from the e-commerce portal, right? So rather than deleting that from this product table, it would be quite easy, to just mark this as a inactive and just make it 0, right? So later on, whenever we want to enable it again, we can make it 1, and it start appearing on e-commerce website, right? So very few column, right? Then the order header. Now order header and order item, these two tables are very common in any e-commerce website. If you have noticed in your any e-commerce, be it Amazon, Flipkart or Myntra or any, right? So there will be one parent thing. We don't see it actually. We don't see any difference over here. But in the background, they are handled in this way, that will be an order header table, and there will be order item table. Mostly what we see on our portal or my orders or in, our orders kind of menu, there those are order items, right? But there has to be order header, to keep track. So what does it have? It will have ID, again an auto generated number, customer ID, which will be the ID column of the customer, right? Order date and time, order status. So order status will, we are keeping very few. Let me, yeah, whether order placed, delivered, in progress, in transit, right? Ideally there should be a separate table which actually handles this each status and when it was done, but I have keep it in the order table itself as of now to keep this, stuff simple. And then when was the last it was updated? So it was placed, what was the time? It is in progress, then what is the time? It was shipped, then what was the time it was shipped, right? Something like that. The next one is order item. Order item will have ID, again an auto generated number, order ID, which will be ID of this order header table, product ID, again that will be ID of our product table, right? Price, quantity, discount, right? Now we could have read the price and discount from here also, but why do we need to specify this, two columns dedicatedly for order item? Because price and discount keeps on changing, right? So we should always store, in my opinion, if you are working on e-commerce website, we should always store what was the price and what was the discount given for to a particular user on a particular order. That we should always store, right? So anytime we will have this, let's say I order one product, the price of it was 10 rupees, but later on it was increased to 12 rupees, or maybe 10, or maybe it decreased to 9 rupees, right? So this may keep on changing, right? But this has to be the price of when the order was made, right? Again, discount, this has to be the discount of when the discount was when the order was made, right? And discount is in percentage, right? And these are the foreign keys: order ID and product key, right? So these are quite simple tables, and I have put down some data. So let me straight away run the queries and show you. So this is our customer table. We have 6 to 7 rows, 6 rows basically. In the product table, we have 12 data. In the order header table, again we have 12 rows, and in the order item table we have 35 rows, right? So we will use this table to go over various store procedures and join scenarios. We will discuss the business scenarios, what is the business scenario, and we will try to implement the store procedure code, and we will use join wherever required, right? So that's it in this video, and see you in the next video. From the next video we will start building the store procedure code, right? So stay tuned and see you in the next video. Thanks a lot for watching this video, guys.